What's up, everyone? Creamshot here, and I'm going to be reacting to Goblin Slayer episode 5. Last time they fought an ogre. Big dude. And they were actually pretty well coordinated as a team. Of course, the Goblin Slayer didn't really care for the ogre. He kind of like looked at him as something puny and not that much of a threat, and that pissed the ogre off, right? But then the ogre, he was pretty powerful. He slammed the Goblin Slayer against the wall and everything. The priestess, she was doing pretty well. She like shielded them from like the fireball attacks. She went over, helped him out, gave him a couple potions, and then he actually pulled out the scroll. Going back to the episode before that, that magician lady, the mage lady, who was, really full of herself. She kind of she gave hints that it was like a weird request that the Goblin Slayer made, and it turned out it kind of was, because it was unconventional. It was, what was it? I think it was the pressure from the bottom of the sea comes out of the scroll, and he uses it as an attack, when really it's usually meant to be like this thing where it's like it's a transfer scroll. So it transferred the pressure from the bottom of the sea to make an attack, when usually people use it to transfer and escape from a situation that they can't handle. But it's like he asked her to do that knowing that he'd be in that kind of situation, not to flee. He would rather finish him off with such a convenient spell from the scroll. I also I like the part where they were all coming out of the cave, or not the cave, but the ruins, and the one of the elf guys that came up, because they sent the girl and the one of the lizardmen's bone velociraptor guys, and they sent like them a message because their village was nearby, the elf village was nearby. It brought help. And the guy that welcomed them as they came out, he was like, "Okay, is there any more in there?" And they were they blew them off. They went in the carriage. It's like, "Okay, well, you can just go enjoy your trip back to the village," or something like that. We're gonna go check it out anyway. I don't know. I thought that was funny because they were just done. They were like, "We're done. We killed them. We killed them all the goblins at least. We're done." And I get the feeling that the elf girl, what was it? She was talking about like how that's not how adventures usually are. Adventures usually are the ones that I go on. They're more like happy and fulfilling with glory and stuff like that. And now she's like, "Oh man, this time I was on like a real adventure this time, where life was on the line and stuff like that." I can't tell if she's liking the Goblin Slayer or just confused on trying to figure him out or something. But I feel like her and the other two are gonna stick with them for a while, because again, I feel like that seemed too much. I mean, too little of like a force that they dealt with on the scale of what they were talking about, because it was like hordes and hordes of demons or something like that. So they just went into one ruin and then took care of all of them. No, I believe that there's more to it. There's probably more ruins or more areas where there's more goblins, ogres, and all this other insane looking monsters that Goblin Slayer just doesn't care about. But as long as there's goblins, he's there. And he's actually really strong, right? He's strong, he's knowledgeable, he's very tactical in his approach on killing these goblins. And when he uses it, he can actually take down stuff, or like monsters like an ogre, who was like, I don't know, 50 times larger than a goblin, and had like magic spells and everything, like a shaman goblin, but more threatening. Like he doesn't see the ogre as a threat, but I'm pretty sure he was more intimidating at least. But he only cares about the goblins. And I think that's what a lot of other adventurers are pissed off about him. And they look down on him for it, right? But they don't realize that he actually is very capable as a fighter. More capable than most in that room, probably. When at the guild room, when they're on the poster and stuff like that, checking out for jobs and stuff like that. But anyway, I say we just get right into it. See what this episode's about. Promotion exam applications. Is this how they do it, where they excel a rank? She's talking about the priestess. There he is checking for trails on goblins. Asleep for days. Only 3 days. I would think so. Adventures and daily life. What's up with that hole? Oh, these are the other adventurers. They were the ones that were asking the priestess girl if they wanted to join their group. I guess it's just them two in the group. Oh, here comes another. Time out. I like that. It's kind of like her sword's a wand. Actually, it reminds me of Guild Wars 2. I remember there's a weapon where if you're a certain class and you hold like a great sword, it does something like that. Oh damn, those are huge cockroaches. They were in the sewers. So this episode is just gonna be about them on how things should be, like normal. Yeah, he lost his sword. That one item. Oh, the cheese. Yeah, she likes him. Yeah, she likes him. Just lend it to him. Oh, one of those types of weapons. Candle. The candle will help you find what you're looking for. Are you hot? Are you cold? Reminds me of that. I don't like the way she talks. It just annoys me. He had 2 scrolls when we looked in the pack the last time. He used up one. He still has another scroll, I believe. She did the promotion, yeah. Mm. Oh, look at those guys. It's a huge shield. It looks like the shield is being held upside down, no? It could be meant to be held the way, but it looks like it meant to be held the other way. Even giant racks are a difficult problem, huh? But he doesn't care about rats, he cares about goblins. He probably gives them good advice. Throw, stab, break, and shatter. The observer. Huh. Okay. If it's warmer, it'll be the fire would be bigger, so it'd be brighter. So it's like when you're aiming it at somewhere, the brighter it is, that's where you go, I guess. Whoa. No hesitation. Kind of reminds me of Dark Souls. Yeah, see, he gives good advice. Hmm. Oh, so she calls the bull. Ah, this guy. Oh. Why is he looking to him? Everybody looks down on him. Why are you looking at him now? What happened? Did he sense that? Like it never happened? He's probably gonna come back later. It's kind of ironic that he's trying hard to get back the sword, which he barely got any kills with, and yet with the club, he's killing everything to get the weapon that doesn't kill everything for him. Or at least that it's just not his skill set worthy, if that makes sense. There's some big bugs. There you go. Is she scared of the bugs or him? Mm-hmm. She does like him. Hmm. That's a pretty helpful skill to have, sensing lies. From far away, huh? Isn't that who she was just talking about? Throw of the dice. Alright, that was my reaction to episode 5. Yeah, it was just, a cruise episode. Nothing really, insane happened. It was just following, though I think the most insane stuff was just those other adventurers, the ones that they said were making fun of Goblin Slayer before, or, being rude to him. He gave him good advice. Use a club. Those rats, though, they remind me of the rats from Dark Souls. So irritating. The poison, I don't know, all that stuff. Yeah, I want to play Dark Souls now. But anyway, episode was alright. You get an idea of what are on people's minds in this one, other than just, well, you don't really need to know what's on the Goblin Slayer's mind. It's just goblins, right? But it was pretty good. We got to see, yep, the elf girl. She likes him. The receptionist, she trusts him to the point that she likes him. There was that guy who looked like he was going to attack her and such, but I don't know if he sensed it or what, but it just never happened in real life. Goblin Slayer would have whooped him though. So now he can't be adventuring from that office anymore, and he was demoted to a person, beginner rank. A priestess, she got promoted to another rank. I think that, so it got confusing when he said 10th to 9th. I'm pretty sure 10th would be the beginning, because that's what she was, and now she's 9th. I don't know what everything else is in between, but I'm pretty sure it's the top 3 is bronze, silver, and gold, right? I thought it was kind of interesting about that whole candle thing from the mage girl, where whatever it is you're thinking, what you want, it'll burn hotter. So it reminded me of that game where it's like, am I hot or am I cold kind of thing, like when you're close to what you're trying to look for. So I think it's just basically that, but in actual form. I still find her, the way she talks, irritating, the mage girl. It's I don't know how to explain it. It just comes off as just annoying to me. But she has pretty useful stuff, like useful, like that other girl who was by the receptionist, who was able to do what they call sense lie, where you can call someone's bull, you know. I wish I could have something like that. That would be really helpful. Anyway, so it turns out that he's coming off as just like this guy who doesn't really care about anything except goblins, but by doing so he has like all of these girls liking him. So it's the redhead from the farm, the priestess who he saved in the first ep and stays with him. There's the receptionist. In this episode it was confirmed that she does like him, and the elf girl who was blushing when she was asking him. It's like, oh, you can come help us when we're gonna survey other ruins, right, and stuff. And the dwarf was like, yeah, just be honest. But yeah, so the elf likes him, the redhead likes him, the receptionist likes him, you know, the priestess likes him, and now he has this request to slay goblins from this supreme, I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention, but it seemed to be like this really famous person that she looked up to, and that person is now, who is from, it's like a quest from far away. He walks back in the room. It's like, I'm taking this goblin quest, and it's specifically meant for him to take. It's a bit far, but it's specifically meant for him, so his reputation precedes him. Is it precedes or proceeds? I don't know. His reputation is infamous for goblins, so I guess that's why this person that she looked up to is requesting his help to slay goblins? I don't know. Well, we'll see in the next one how that turns out. I don't know if he'll get there, like it's going to start off with him right there doing the mission, or is it going to be one of those where he gathers up his party members again, and then they're like, you know, same like episode 3, like right before they do the actual mission, it like, they take out like the 2 goblins and the wolf, and then it just ends the episode right there. I don't know. But I guess that's all I have to say about this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Shoots.